Goose put a whole bunch of water in here. Some silly goose filled this whole thing with water. Oh, now it smells awful. Some silly goose did that. Some silly goose definitely did that. I wonder what silly goose would have done all that. If anybody ever wants someone to live with them to do the cooking, I have a team of washers. See, I'm using that. Dude, if you ever want someone to live with you, just help me out a little bit. Like paying the bills, whatever, dude. Anybody wants me to come live with them. Not romantically, but I'm gonna live with you. Wash it. I will gladly wash your dishes. Clean your clothes. Sweep mop. Dust. Wipe the walls down. Help organize things. Take your money and pay your bills while you're at work. Give you massages. When you come home, you don't have to shower or anything first. I'll rub your feet, rub your back, your temple, whatever. I'm a very pleasant person to be around, I would think. Not all the time, not perfect, but yeah. Generally speaking, I prefer peace and wholeness. If there's anybody up for that, and then all it is, like my primary thing in return is just let me have my own room and all to myself. No one comes in, no one goes out. Maybe even a lock on it, if that's even necessary. And that's basically it. And you know, I might not be able to wash your clothes every single day. There might be a day or two that I want to work for my own money. But if you pay the bills, and if I work a day or two, maybe do my side hustles at home or whatever, when I have a little bit of free time, get a mop out. Like, I have a bad back, so I can't bend over, but trust me, I always find a way to get things done, even if it takes me a little longer. And taking a little longer, I might have to sacrifice things that I would normally enjoy doing, but to get it done, yeah. And even if it doesn't get done as fast, it is still getting done. I'm still making the work, happen, kind of thing. And you would be a big focal point of my life. And I'm not talking about something romantic, but yeah, like, I would totally be down for all that. 100%. Male, female. Trust me. My grandmother helped me to learn how to do things like that. I mean, I'm not the best at sewing, but I can even make efforts to sew your clothes when they get damaged. I can crochet blankets for you. I'm not the best at crochet either, but I can do that. A lot of people appreciate it, even though it doesn't come out as good as they would like it to. And if I start doing it, I get better at it. And we can keep the older ones as cute little namesakes or whatever. Yeah. so I could crochet for you, sew you stuff. Now I can't really bend over because of my back, but I can still find ways to lay seed out in the garden, rake the garden, water the garden. I might need a friend over to help if there's like transplanting, but yeah, even like garden work, I can help you with that. With my back, taking out the trash is a little hard, so you might need a group of smaller trash cans, maybe on top of a counter or something. Otherwise, I'm grabbing things out of the trash can one by one with my grabber until it's light enough for my grabber to pick it up, maybe. Or just doing that way, period. But yeah, smaller trash cans that are higher up sometimes. So you help me, I will help you. And yeah, I have friends, so like even then, if I need help with something that you want, I could get it done. I'm totally down for that. Now mowing the lawn might be a little harder on my back, unless you have one that you can sit on. But if I was still working like 1 or 2 days a week, I could buy a tractor lawnmower and go around on that. In the areas that I need help out, I could drive my buddy over, pay him like $10 to mow those areas. In fact, he would do it for free, but I'd still pay him something, $10-20. If I'm not paying the bills or anything, except for my bills. Actually, that's another thing too. I still have bills. So if you were willing to help me with that, that'd be awesome. But if not, I still have to make at least like $700 a month. So I might have to work like 2 days a week. And the rest of the time I can just devote myself to helping you out. Doing my live streams while I do it. Obviously, if you came home, I would turn it off unless you were okay being in it. But yeah. If anybody wants to hit me up, trust me. A helper like me would not regret. I already have the extra room that you can let go to me. You got clothes that need washing and all that sort of stuff. It's like, I'm essentially like, yeah, just give me my own private space. Let the boundary of that space when I go into it be mine. But other than that, I'd be your masseuse, your housekeeper, your receptionist, and helping with the bills and everything. You know, your landscaper. Your mail maid, your organizer, your cleaner, whatever labels you want to put on me, it's like I'd be willing to do it, man, or woman, or whatever. I would so be willing to do it. You see, I can wash dishes. You got a dishwasher, it'd make it even easier. If it's one of those dishwashers that doesn't do as good of a job, I still have to rinse them out and maybe wash them out a little bit like this. But either way, I could get it done. I still rather, if we did do something like that, I want to respect your boundaries too, but I'd still rather do like washing the dishes stuff mostly on my own terms, but obviously if there's some clear rules that you want followed, I respect that. Just please don't yell at me if I forget one of them and accidentally, because I wouldn't actively be going against them. If I made an accident, I made an accident, and if I was live streaming all the time, or at least a lot of the time, you could basically check on me to see if I'm doing things the correct way. Or the way, you know, if there's somebody who said don't do this or do this, you would be able to be like, I saw you do that, please don't do that again. My friend. I say, yeah, I got you, I'm sorry about that. And then that would be the end of it. I'm very easy to get along with, trust me. People who know me well enough know that like if they cross a certain boundary of mine or they make me like too uncomfortable, sure, I can get upset. Who doesn't? I grew up With a lot, like, pretty much, you know, like, so often having my boundaries crossed. I have to safeguard certain of my own boundaries. I still have a lot of them being crossed. So, you know, I can, but basically, if a person doesn't give me reasons to, you know, get defensive, and sometimes, you know, I might still slip, but for the most part, if people don't give me reason, I'm not really going to be, it's not really going to be an issue. I'm peaceful, I'm loving, so not looking for a romance, just legit looking for anybody who wants that kind of help, and I'm willing to give it. With the way the economy has been, even when I'm teaching, I'm not making the kind of money I really need. But, you know, I can teach and/or do my retail and/or delivery driving. I can do that like 2 days a week, maybe 3, depending on, you know, oh, I got the laundry, I got extra laundry done this day, so I'll work an extra day, whatever. And depending on your hours, I might not be able to rub your feet or your back or whatever as soon as you come home on those days. But yeah, not looking for a romance, but I am looking to be a helper to somebody. So, in exchange with help on my end, while I get some of these things taken care of. I'm thinking, like, how much do I make there? So that the one job, between the 2 jobs, I would say averaging like about 20, a little over 20 an hour-ish. So figure 10 hours is, or sorry, 7 hours. Plus, actually those days I could do retail and that. To kind of give up the, yeah. So I figure that would be 5 hours, that would be 7 hours. So what would 10 hours be? Like $200. Let's say $200, $400 a week. About like $3,000 a month would be more than the about $1,000 I need. Yeah, that would be perfect. Yeah, with my these other bills and stuff. So yeah, anybody wants to help me with that, or actually more appropriate to say, if anybody wants that help from me, yeah, let me know. I might actually start posting some ads, because I know there are people who have extra space who actually probably love the idea of that. My biggest boundary is, since I am a believer, one of my biggest boundaries would be no sex. Nothing sexual on my bed. You know. Now, it's common for a person to show, you know, physical signs of excitement when they are getting a massage. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, like, yeah, intentional. I'm not about that. So that's not what I'm looking for. Actually, yeah, I might start putting some ads out. Come to think of it, that actually, that never occurred to me, but like that actually, yeah. Because like, dude, and especially since I started exercising again, I'm like so exhausted. Just working the one part-time and the other job, which isn't really too hard. I cut my hours finally. I was working like 50 to 70 hours a week, and then I kind of cut back to like a more regular schedule again. You know, closer to like around 40 hours a week again. But yeah. But still, that's on like, it's like 5 to 7 different days. You know, if I cut that down to 2 days a week during the school year, of course, when I'm still able to teach, and like 3 days when it's not the school year, 2 days for DoorDash, or like a full day of DoorDash or whatever. And like, I said nothing sexual, but I'm not opposed to touch. touch. I'm also not opposed to people who don't like touch. And body language is key. But yeah, it's like because if we were living that close together, some people would be like, I want some hugs, and yeah, it definitely helps with my bad back. It helps alleviate some of my back pain, elongated touch. So I wouldn't be opposed to that because it would actually help literally heal my back. But if somebody just wants complete distance, I also get that. I should put some Craigslist ads out, honestly. I feel like somebody would say yes to that. Especially if I could find somebody with a big enough room for me. And if I could be a permanent stay there, be part of the family and all that. But yeah, a decent sized bedroom. It wouldn't, basically not a closet is basically what I'm saying. I could take my stuff out of storage. That's where a lot of my money's coming from. So you see, $500 a month to my loan consolidators. Actually, it would be more than $1,000 a month. So the $3,000 might actually kind of just get it by. So I'm like $500 them. The car payment is typically like $300, and then car insurance. So all that. So the car plus plus consolidators is like $1,000. Then you got to add on things like the storage facility. Between the two, it's like $300. There's some of my big bills. There's other bills I want to get to, like the hospital bill. By the way, someone else called for them to take me to the hospital, so part of me feels like I shouldn't have to pay that, but I guess I could have refused them. Although I was in a bad state, and they were concerned about me, but yeah. There's that. Even the lemon car. Actually, if I was doing all this, it would give me more time to realistically set up a court date and all that. If I went from working 6 days a week to working to working 2, because I can make them especially right now because the school year hasn't started yet. I only have 8. I have to do DoorDash, but if I was in a comfortable environment, a bed, or at least space to put a bed and enough money to save for one, if I had a bed to sleep on, I would help my lower back pain, and when I have a rough day or exercise too much, it would help my upper back tension. The lower back pain because of the disc is really bad. But yeah, having a bed, especially if I got the right kind of cushioning and crocheting covers, it would be fantastic. Having a clean house where I don't have to wear sandals around the house. And the reason I haven't been cleaning these floors is because I work so much. So on my days off, I'm focusing on stuff like this. Because when I'm working, I'm working anywhere from, on a day where I just can't handle, I feel like my body can't handle it anymore. I might be only working 6 hours. On other days, I might be working 11 plus hours. And then when I come home from it all, I still got to do my exercises. I still got to wash dishes when I can and wash clothes just about every night because this is a Timu washer. If you get a wash machine, a decent room for me, either a bed or a place where I can put a bed, and I could make that a home for you and for me. Seriously. Like I said, crocheting for you. I could be practicing my piano in my downtime. And I cook food. I didn't even say that. I cook my own meals. I could cook you decent meals. Now, you could say what you like, what you don't like. I could cook a little extra for myself as well. I would prefer it, even if you don't like it, you can say, I don't like this about it or that. But just please don't say you just don't like it. Say, I don't like it. I feel like it's a little too spicy for my taste. And then I could be like, okay, well, next time I won't add the spicy peppers to the base of the pan before I put in the eggs. You know what I mean? You can tell me that. But, if I was doing this with, say, some people might prefer salads, I can definitely dice up. And I would be able to afford to get a new dicer too, and I could do it by hand if the dicer didn't do what I want. I could get a bunch of dicers to dice them differently and still do it by hand sometimes. Yeah, I could put some bell peppers. But literally, give me lists of what you like, what you don't like, spicy, not spicy. I accommodate the food for you, and I could make extra food for me if I, if you don't like spicy, but I do, and like so on and so forth. Like I could make some yummy in my tummy food. I just, I need to know what your preferences are, and I can work around that. And if you provide the food, the rent, the basic utilities, I definitely got you. I probably also want like a day off, like probably Shabbat, where all I'm doing is maybe organizing my files, working on my resume, going to the beach, maybe afterwards, maybe not. Honestly, on your day off, I might I could even be your chauffeur, driving you places. Like if you wanted to go to the beach, I could be the one driving you. And if you paid for all the fees to get in and all that, like the $4 for me, whatever, I would take you to the beach. I could even lay out your blanket or whatever, although I wouldn't be able to lay it out very well because I can't bend over with my back. So that might, if you want me to do that, it might not turn out that well. But yeah. I would be so excited to wake up in the morning and help take care of you, help take care of me, help take care of the house, help take care of the yard, help, maybe even help wake you up in the morning if I set my alarm before yours. Walk in, wake you up, kind of thing. Just please don't be a cranky person who wakes up. Please be somebody who tries to wake up gratefully. Or I might not be able to put in the right mind space, but shopping. I could go shopping for you, get your food. You give me the money to get your food, your shampoo, maybe throw a few extra bucks for me to have some shampoo too and stuff. Or I could use my own money for that. But seriously, I could do the shopping for you. It's like, I'm not talking about something sexual or romantic. I'm not talking about something necessarily 100% transactional either, but like more familial. I would love to be that member of your family that I'd stay in, professional member of the family. And if you're a single individual, you probably don't have that to begin with. But if you have a house with an extra room, hey, there you go, man. Or woman, or whatever. I don't discriminate. If you're trans or whatever the case, I'm not going to hate on you for that. So, conservative, liberal, people are people. All these labels I think are kind of stupid to begin with because they try to put people into boxes. Like some people, a lot of conservatives have a lot of liberal values, a lot of liberals have conservative values. That's because these are boxes that people don't really fit in because we're human beings. So I don't want to judge you based on any label. Christian, Muslim, male, female, liberal, conservative, short, tall, gay, straight. I don't want to put you into a box. I want to see you as a human being, underneath all the masks and veneers. I want to see you as a human being, and I want to be a member of the family. I don't want it to come off as transactional, although if you need things to get done, don't be like, do this or you have to leave. No, be like, please, can you get this done for me? And if I forget to do something, in my head, just be like, oh, you forgot it. I was like, okay, let me take my notebook out, write a note in, and I can do that while you tell me. And I was like, okay, got it. I'll have to take a look at that tomorrow, every day until I get it done. Don't be too rough on me. That kind of thing. Well, hold on, someone's talking. What's up, guys? What's up? Oh, dude, I got a lot of likes for that. 3 likes. Dude, that's Yeah, I think people are seeing that like, yeah. And see, if I had been a woman instead of a man, that's yeah, like that's probably still how I would be, man. And of course, if that were the case, I'd probably marry a man who yeah, wasn't cruel, but I would still do all that stuff. Yeah, 100%. And yeah, I know that those roles are many of those roles at least are traditionally considered feminine, but you know, and even the term helper biblically is considered a feminine and godly term. So I get that. I get basically what I'm proposing is to basically be to take that role, but you know, I think it would be lovely. But I don't want to have the status of like he's the servant or anything. I don't want to be considered a servant. I still want basic dignity and respect. And honestly, if I could even work, some weeks 3 days a week, like it would be a substantial way, not only for me to save money, and even after I have that financial stability, if we seem to get together as a family in the right ways, I might stay regardless, even if I can leave. Actually have the laptop out. Let me actually write some of this down because I am going to put an ad on Craigslist. I mean, I'll definitely get some bites. I'd have to meet the person first, obviously. I'm sure that, and see the home and everything. Let me see. That was an old time car. I remember that. That was the one I bought. Holy fudge. I wonder if the listing is still there in some capacity, so I bought that. Page 94 Lincoln Town Car. That's the car I bought. Let's post an ad and log in. Control F. Log. Give it count. I guess that's password saved. So I got password. Put my email in. Oh wait, there's a Yahoo one, so let's wait to the Yahoo one. Well, actually, I think I'm going to log out of Yahoo. I'd actually have to use it. I'd have to get assistance from my phone to log back in. Dang. Unless this computer's been saved, just saved. I don't think I have a password. I took some security measures. I went a little too far with the security. So I might have to log in via, unfortunately. Oh, this is good. Yeah, looks like that. Maybe I'll put the stream on pause for a second. Unless there's any viewers right now. Let me see. Ouch, my back. Oh, there's one viewer. Okay, you know what I'll do instead? I'll go grab my other phone. Another dilemma. I don't know where I put the other phone. Ah, it's right here. Verification, passwords. I would love that too, because like that'd be the life. Because like it wouldn't take me forever to get the clothes on the dishes and this, that, and third. And I wouldn't have to wipe the floor every single day. It could be every other day. I would definitely be able to make everything doable in a way to eventually have enough time and energy to still do the things with crocheting and stuff. But and even if the person didn't want my crochet, I could still crochet for myself. Make a nice comfortable bedroom, a nice home. And I wouldn't, yeah, even if I could have the means to leave, I wouldn't necessarily do that because like, I do want to stay home. Working with someone else to accomplish that, I'm okay with that. The reason here is so difficult is because I got to do, if I want to do all the housework and work 3 jobs, it's not doable. I physically can't do it all, But something like an arrangement like something like this would be definitely doable for both of us. I'm definitely going to post. I definitely know there's going to be some people fighting as to whether or not, like, because I definitely want to homeschool. It would definitely have to be somebody that, like, we both basically got along and respected each other. So, like, it would be so important, I think, for us to really get to know each other a little bit first. It wouldn't have to be like, you know, I wouldn't be able to move all my stuff in. You know, it might take me a few months, especially if I'm doing all the other stuff. So, if it didn't work out within the first few months, it wouldn't be as hard to move out. So. I think they got rid of my old, it's odd. Huh. I think they got rid of my old account, so I guess create an account now. Oh, the person would also have to not hate Jews, because I'm very Jewish. I love Muslims. I love, I'm a Christian Jew. But I don't just throw my ethnicity out the window either. You know, part of my ethnicity and part of my upbringing. So, I do not throw that all out the window. I got a new Craigslist. I'm going to set up an account and ask basically what I'm asking for. I don't think one of the cool things is I don't think that they track your identity or anything. So that's positive. So what I'm going to do though, job services. If I get like a community, I'm looking for something relational. I put it in general. And I'll probably put it as like free assist. Free. Like free working or free partner in life. Free service offer, job offer, community. Where's the channel at? No politics. Free partner. this post might end up changing my life significantly. One more rinse for this shirt. Ow. could actually remove it. Because my hands are so big, it keeps doing that. Oh, I might actually go on the other keyboard. I have to buy the keyboard because these things are so close. I'm probably get a professional. Like a couple or something myself. Ah, it's happening again. I hate this button. I kind of typically just remove it because it's so much easier to hit it when the key is in there. it won't take too long for people to eventually. Phone number is required before proceeding. Okay, we can do that. I used to have a free stuff there. You can actually post in resumes. Huh. I feel like Craigslist is probably one of the worst places for that, but anyway. Let's see what's here for free. That's a beautiful piano. Even over here. Vintage China cabinet. I actually display a lot of my stuff in there. Documents and stuff. Maybe clothes. Yeah, there's stuff on like display. So, dude, if I had the space in the time, I would be getting all of this. See, hardwood and flooring. Yeah, wood is so easy to get. If I ever build another house, or it might be, I might consider it like a glorified shed. I'm not going to connect piping or anything that way. Legally, I would be interesting. For free filing cabinets? It's really very good condition. Big one. That's the problem. Because that one's like that big. And I had a hard time getting that in the car. This one, 3 would be that. 4 and then 5. I don't think it would fit in the car. That's the only thing. I am so tempted to get this. It's a giant filing cabinet. Because like buying this whole right would probably be like $200. I love filing cabinets. I think actually the bigger ones might not work for me anyway because I can't bend over with my back. Even if I got my back taken care of and my knees taken care of, even if I could bend over like I was a kid again, I don't know that a filing cabinet that's was it 5 stacks high? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I don't know if that would be. I mean, maybe if there was a giant house. Well, no, that wouldn't make sense either. Because like if it's 5, like it would be actually 1, 2. It would like come up to here about, and like even if I could bend over like a child again, if I'm putting important documents in there, it would make zero sense to like come on the bottom because you get like even if the floor is super clean. It's like it's still a chance, even if you come in the house barefoot, no shoes in the house, no socks in the house. There's no guarantee because there's still going to potentially be something on the floor. So it wouldn't necessarily, the documents wouldn't necessarily be safe from potential grime or whatever. Yeah, it wouldn't make sense. Because even if you could do that too, like if you have like your degrees or important papers and you get on the floor on your hands and knees, even if you could do that easily, some people can. There's a higher potentiality just doing that of bending the paper and stuff, and if it's important documents to go in this hard outer shell to protect the documents, you don't want to be bending over and bending the blooming documents. It makes zero sense to be that high. But it is kind of cool though. It's kind of cool to have, but from the perspective of something that makes sense, yeah, it doesn't make sense. And I figure it looks like. What are they? Because they're like 2 would be about there, and then it would probably be about like 5 to 7 or 8 feet high. So even like thinking it's about my height, like kind of lowballing it, and even if it was on a shelf, like if it was on a shelf, it would kind of make more sense because it would be away from the floor and potential dirt and stuff. But then you'd have to climb up it. You'd have to have a way of climbing up, and maybe like a set of. Yeah, like a adjustable step stool or something, and it doesn't make sense. Having them 3 high is kind of pushing it, but isn't like out of the question. Yeah. I'd rather just have them side by side. Now, when you have like long-term documents and you have like tons of them, it kind of makes sense. Especially if they're documents you might never touch again, kind of makes sense. But, the shirt's done. Yep. It's raining outside. Well, it looks like the rain's going away, so I could probably get away with putting this outside. I think I have some clothes out here drying, so let me check on that. I can kind of smell the mold from the wood on it. So what we're going to do is we're just going to rewash these real quick. Yeah, it's like mold from the actual the wood or whatever, or maybe like an animal got on there. That's another thing. If I had a dryer, that would be a massive help with that. Okay, that's just I was put a tiny bit in there because they were already washed. So as far as like sweats and like normal smells, it's basically fine. much. I love the rain. Since I don't have room space right now, it's going to be a little more difficult. Let this one dry while this is finishing up. from outside the mold or whatever seems to tear it in, so that's a good sign. That's another thing. People make us work on space. Screening for show. Twice with him, so.
Power on. The Bluetooth device is ready to pair. The Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
Instructions will help guide you on Android within task appear in a task bubble in a screen like this. On iOS, tasks will be listed in the app after you press the task button, like this. Ensure you complete tasks when it's turned. We'll be checking that you can be communicating with the computer, as this is required for the router. It's a good idea to read everything out. We'll also check that your device works well without software. We'll record the full screen and if something comes up that needs your attention, pause the recording and hit the button. You can continue recording using the same button once you're ready to break it again. The info on the final screen of the onboarding will help you with continuing recording and will explain what's next in the process. We're recording that focus automatically. If it's slow, then leave the app open to continue. Enjoy the onboarding. We hope to see you on our faculty panel very soon. Beginning.
In order to use your video, we need to be able to hear you. Tap. this open until it finally so you can see. Literally nothing is open. Control delete. See if I can just try it. Nothing whatsoever. There's no tasks being presented to me whatsoever. Task bar, which is typically the task manager is given for me to actually get to work Somehow managed to block that, which is insane. There's no money in this one.